As a little bit of a random start time today. We're starting a little bit early, and I know we're going to be a few minutes before anybody joins because nobody's expecting the show at this time of day. But today we're going to talk about getting loud, specifically about dropping some serious bass. So if that's what you're into and that's what you want to learn about, you're in the right place, baby. Let's do this. What's up tonight, guys? It's a fine Sunday evening. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. What's up, guys? Yeah, we're going to be talking about getting loud today, and it's kind of funny because a friend of mine just messaged me a little bit ago, said he broke his door. I said, "Well, there you go." I mean, he's got two 18s, two 18-inch Trinities on. I don't even know how much power. Oh, it's on a 15K. Um, yeah, he's doing like upper mid 50s and shit, and blowing lots of wind. And what the hell? Hang on a minute. What just happened? Holy mackerel! There it is. Tacos already, baby. We doing tacos.
Crushing on these tacos, we by the fiesta. Guac on the side, man, you know it's the best. Lettuce and salsa, stack it high, make it pop. Crunch in my mouth, can't stop, won't drop. Sliver scissor in, flavor's cold is so sweet. After one taco, I'm in for a repeat. Bite after bite, got me dancing in my seat. Hitting up the taqueria, can't face defeat. Taco love in every single bite. Feeling good, every feast all night.
What's up, Emmett, man? Appreciate the tacos. Appreciate the tacos. Everybody needs to be a Green Team member today. I'll get to you guys' questions here in a second, but I'm going to cover what I was talking about. So he's doing like a mid to high 50s dropping some serious wind, doing really, really good with two 18s and a B-pillar flat wall and an S10. So, yeah. Uh, yeah, y'all heard that shit right. A B-pillar flat wall and an S10. Yeah. This is a 90s S10. This is an S10 that has a single cab. So yeah, he's got a camper on the back, made it into one thing. So it's kind of like a Blazer. Um, yeah, it's a nasty build. Anyway, he keeps having problems with his passenger door. He's got straps on it now, and then the window mechanism tore up, and just he took the panel off, and it was just parts in the door. So there's just a whole bunch of parts laying down in there. The thing is absolutely brutal. But that is not the discussion for tonight, that particular situation. The one I want to talk about is kind of interesting. I found it a good brain teaser. And if you guys are familiar with 808 Pat Anderson, he has a YouTube channel. Hang on a second. By the name of Team 808 Customs. And he put up a video here just a little while back about this build. Now, he's got 9 3015 Defbont subs, 3 Defbonts 8Ks. I'm guessing he has 3 on each amp. He's got a Tahoe build. It's your model or the body style before mine. And it's a 6th order, a Series 6. And it's very, very clean, very pretty. He's put in a ton of work to make this look really nice. Okay. It's not like super duper show quality, but it is super show quality. You know what I'm saying? It's unsponsored level great. So I want to show you that he is full on Team Defbonts, though. I mean, that's his brain. He is locked in on Defbonts, and that's cool because Defbonts is a great brand. But the problem he's running into is the first is the normal bass head problem, right? So essentially, he built this. I think he's had it out for like a year now, about the same amount of time that I have, and he's running the same problem. When he first got done with it, he was like, "Whoa, this is amazing!" Now he's like, "Man, I wish it was a little louder." That's kind of how it always works, guys. One season, and you're like, "Man, it could be louder." And I agree. I don't think he's getting the full potential out of what he's got. I mean, he's running a lot of power on a lot of subwoofers, lots of cone area, and the build is really nice. So where is it going wrong? That's the question. And we're going to check out a little bit of his discussion on this situation. Let me get over here in the comments and see what's going on over here. So everybody's saying hi. I see Cornut in the house, Joe Berserker in the house, Franco Quaid is in the house, Cornut, Bobby B, Emmett Bishop, all of the normal people, and then of course Emmett dropped some memberships. Give everybody some love. Got some more Green Team members in the house. Sub Dino Man said, "Damn, that jam kind of rocks. Thanks." You guys are all awesome. Pure awesome. Let's see here. Bobby B, trying to see what everybody's asking. Sorry I've been gone so long. Hey, man, you know what? We're just rolling, and, whenever you get back, and we'll keep hanging on. D. Hermanson is in the house. Michael Woomer is in the house. I love it, man. You guys are so freaking great. Cornut said, Seahawks won. It's a good day. He said, plus, I've had a weekend install DD mids on a Sundown 4 channel. L7R subs. I finished up by noon, so I get to enjoy some football. I'm not a sports person per se, but I dig it, man. I dig it totally. Let's see. Yeah, Joe Berserker says six orders the way to go if you have the room. And I'm about to do some shit like that. So just a heads up. But we're going to go and look at what's going on with his video. So we'll let him explain it, and we'll just follow up with that. Let's head on over here. Hopefully we don't lose audio on my part. I'm gonna keep track of that. Well, everybody makes mistakes. And guys, he has a whole build log on this vehicle from start to finish, and it's really, really good log. You guys would love checking it out. Watch it. Watch all. Oh, you can't hear it? Okay, hang on. Let me make sure. Should be getting audio. Hang on. I'll get the audio right. Just give me a second. Why isn't it showing audio? Mute, unmute. Should be showing audio. I know let me test real quick. No, it's not. It's not showing audio. Why isn't it giving audio? Let me try this again. Give me a second here. I'm gonna do another one. I know I clicked that, and I know I had that set. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Oh my God. Screen share. I had that turned on. Oh, it didn't take the first time. Why is it not taking? Take. Work. Let's see.
Time to change it
It's working now. So here we go.
up. Try something new. Swap out my subs, try different subs, maybe different amps. Stuff of that nature. Whoa. Let me hop in here. So you can see we got I got a light.
Yeah, man, I'll give you a shout out. River Rebased. Sorry to hear it. Can't hear you. Can you shout me out? I'm an upcoming rebaser, and I wanted to see if you I wanted to see if you could see how you like it sound. Yeah. Send me hit my email up, caraudioenthusiasts at gmail.com. And send me a couple of your tracks. I'll check them out.
Let's see. We got 5 subs pulled out. And like I said, I'm super happy with this equipment. It seems to be paired up perfectly. But I think it could be a little bit louder. And some more wind would be nice as well.
All right, I'm going to stop him right there because he goes on for a while about this. But we're going to look at, I'm going to skip down up here to his specs. Now, I can tell you right now, he's getting like a 160, a 160-ish, 59 to 60. He's done quite a bit of stuff, and we'll talk about all the stuff he's done. I'm going to show you I'm going to show you a little bit of it playing here. So we're getting a whole lot of cone movement. That should
in the kick, it's got a 60. When I first turned this thing on, I saw a 160. Don't quote me. I think it was 160.3 or 160.4 at 24 hertz with a mini SPL lab at the headrest, you know.
All right. So, and the last time he measured it, he got a 159 point something, but I don't remember exactly what the details were on that. Let me go back to his specs. He's got them listed on here. I'm going to find them real quick. If I can't find them, I will use a different technique to get to them. But what we want to do, there they are right there. So that is the specs he's running on his enclosure setup. Now, this is the part where I found it interesting. Now, he had, I believe he said Drew Jones designed this, but I'm not 100% sure. But I did recognize the name of the box designer. And we're talking about solid box design. Okay. We're talking about somebody who's got a very good reputation for designing solid sixth order series walls. So I think his design's good. And he also says that any mistakes that's made was just ones he made in the construction process. Well, you guys have got a few glimpses of that box. You can tell he wasn't slouching around with his build. And if you've seen any of it on the channel, it's very well done. Very, very well done. He built it the way I would prefer everything get built if I had the money to build it. He built that. He did a good job. The question is, based on his specs listed over here, you guys can see them. You can see everything that's relevant in this. What do you think he needs to change to, number one, get louder on the meter, and number two, get windier in the cap? So, Hunter Martin, yeah, thank you. I saw that pop up. Yeah, Hunter Martin. Email address is linked in like literally every video, in the information in the bottom of every single video on my channel, and the information on my channel. My email address is linked there. It's everywhere. So we're going to keep that up, and we're going to review some comments. Make sure I do still have audio. Okay, let's get rid of that so I can see the chat and the order it's coming to me. Joe said enclosure. Yeah. Well, that's it's kind of a given. I mean, he's got enough. He's got more than enough power. And he's got lots of cone area. He's actually got concrete in his floorboards. Other than, he's still got a stock windshield, a stock dash. The headliner, the roof, I think, has reinforcement in it. So just to give you all that information, he's done the right things and staying within a certain area in a class. He's done the right things, but there's still something that's missing, and that's what we're trying to figure out. So River said, yeah, and I gave you that shout out, my friend. And if you give me that information, I'll check it out, and I'll even push it further than that, my friend. I will. I'll even give you some love on the YouTubes if the stuff sounds, if I think it's a good job, and I'm sure it is. But I want to check it out first. Some people just get used to their build. Yep, and it doesn't sound loud anymore. Everybody does that, man. That's what I was saying. That's the normal bass head curse right there. You get used to it and it doesn't sound loud, but then somebody else gets in there and their brain is blown. And he's got some hella windy demos. Don't get me wrong. So my thing is, I know he's loud as shit. He's windy as shit. He's playing 24 hertz, with authority. He got that 60 hertz at like 24 or 26 hertz. So it's stupid. It's a stupid ass build. And we don't have any problem understanding that. But what I'm trying to do is see what could change to get him louder. Because a 160 on 915s, even at 24 hertz, at 24 hertz, that's amazing. But if that's his peak, okay, now think about that. He also says he peaks between 38 and 42 hertz. He mentions that in the video as well. But and I don't know what his score was at that point. But we're assuming it's, because he didn't mention that. He mentioned the 160 at 24 hertz or 26 hertz or whatever. So what can he do to get louder? I think with that many subs, that much cone area, he's got like a 65 in that build. You know what I'm saying? With that gear, he should be able to hit a 65 easy. And so what would be the changes? Now let's scroll on down through here and have a little bit more looking. Email address is caraudioenthusiast with an S at the end at gmail.com. 2.75 cubes per serve. I would tend to go bigger. Okay. Now somebody's paying attention. Yep. I've already done some thinking on this. That's pretty much exactly what I've been thinking. I'm thinking that the bottom chamber is too small for that many subs, because I'm going to be running 20 cubic feet on 6. So if I'm going by my math, he would need to be running like 30 cubic feet on the bottom. I think that's where one of his biggest issues is. But running a smaller chamber on bottom will give him good cone control. And he's got enough motor force to overcome it to a degree. But I think that is the magic number. I don't know about your measurement. Probably 3.25. I'd have to look up the cubes on that. Oh, sweet. Thanks, River. Let's see here. Michael Woomer could shrink the bottom port to make up for the small size of the bottom. Yeah, and he's running, if I remember, I think I did the math on it. It's like 8 cubic inches per. So you'd be looking at, like, if you're going to run that, you'd be looking at like 6 cubic inches per cube. So that is an easy fixable thing. I mean, you just bring in the sides of the port back there or make it a little thinner. Either way to shrink it up. And that would help fix it. Because right now, I mean, you can't really increase the bottom. So the only thing he could do would be like remove 2 subs. Go to 6 or remove 3 subs and go to 6 or something like that. Even remove the center sub and go to 8, something like that. I think that would probably net him more actual volume. Taking a sub out, he would get louder. And I say this because I was in DJ Ruskel's Jeep, and Ruskel's, when he built that, he actually built it for 12 subs, and he ended up pulling 4 subs out and going down to 8 and gained several dB in overall SPL. And it played lower and nastier. So, there is a solution of just removing a couple of subs. That is a solution also. Okay. Subdino Man said I'd check the total rise. That would help knowing what direction to go. And he hasn't done an impedance sweep on this vehicle, so he doesn't know what his rise is and to where it is. He knows that. I think he said he peaks between, but that could have been, I don't know what he was talking about for sure, but he said peaks between 38 and 42. That could have been, I think that was his tuning peak. So he's probably peaking at like 38 to 42, and then he's probably peaking again at like 24, since that's where he got the most SPL at on the bottom down there. I don't know. There's some guesswork going on here. Yeah, I'm doing 3.25. I think I'm doing 3.25 cubic feet per sub on my build, if I remember correctly. Let's see here. What else we got down here? think I'd recommend on that dude's channel and SED invert subs. Yes, that's another one. I was waiting on somebody to mention inverting the subs. So to increase the cubic feet area in that sealed chamber or that bottom or back chamber, the only real options you have without tearing it out and redoing it are flipping the subs and or inverting the sub. Taking out a sub or two or three to get the cubic feet up. So he probably wouldn't want to run 6 with that many cubic feet, but he could probably get away with running 8 and pull out that one. And what would that be? 3? That'd be like 3 something per sub. That'd be pretty close. So maybe he needs to pull the center sub out or one of the front subs or one of the back subs and plug the hole. Probably would get much louder. So, like I said, if you guys want to check out his channel, this is what it looks like. It's Team 808 Customs. You guys go over there and check out his last video, which is the one that I have right here. That's this video right here. And when you jump in there, mention that you came from my channel, slap his subscribe button, and comment your ideas down there with it and how to fix the problem. I left a comment saying I was going to bring it up on the live show tonight, and I'm going to crowdsource his issues a little bit and see if I can get some help from some of my people. So if you guys have your solutions, I'm going to let you pitch them. I've already thought about them, and put them down there and let him know what you think would fix his problems. Because he literally posted a video asking for help. And since my people that run with me are all extremely helpful people, I knew you guys would absolutely love to jump in there and help him. And his build log is nice. I mean, like I said, it's the whole thing. So you'll find it all. This is
What up? What up?
That's some of the demos in there. Like I said, he's got good wind. But you guys need to check him out and show him some love. Give him some ideas on getting this thing louder. I mean, everybody wants to get louder. In the video, he's already got some subs pulled out because he's starting to think about switching gear. And then he realized, hey, man, I haven't even figured out all the stuff I can do with what the gear I have yet. And those subs and those amps are all solid. He's got some nice stuff, and he's got it well done. Let's see here. All right, Bobby. Give me a second here. Oh yeah, you got your dudes in. Bobby has, hang on a second here. Let me show you guys what Bobby did. Once I figure out how to do it. See, yeah, you're trying to make me do stuff freestyle. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. I think y'all can see that. So yeah, Bobby did things, guys. Look at his tweeters here. Let me get over here and show you. Look at that. That's Bobby's tweeters. Bobby Burkett with the kickers. Those are looking really nice, Bobby. Keep up the good work, man. You know, by the time, you know, I'm like 60, you'll have this car done, dude. I'm sure of it. I got faith in you. Let's see here. Did I lose camera? No, I still got camera. I did something weird. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. We'll get there. Oh yeah. Now of course we've lost camera. This is what Bobby does to me. Hang on. Oh, I see what's going on. Yeah, it switched me, man. See, Bobby did that. That's all his fault. It's all his fault. He caused me to have to fight with this. Uh, now I got to take that off of there so that I can get to, I don't even know, man. There it is. Replace with, oh, why ain't you on it? No, that's not what I wanted you to do. Why is it stuck on this? Let me fix this. Oh, that. Ah, Bobby. Um, uh, you guys can hear me, right? So at least I haven't lost audio. Dude. Bobby B. Camera. Why isn't it showing up right there? Why is that showing up right there? This is not what's supposed to be here. Mm. Okay, I guess, I guess we just ain't going to have, we're not going to have camera. Yeah, it's not showing up and I can't figure out how to get it fixed. So, yeah, that's how this is going to go. That's how this is going to go. Oh my God. Really? Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Let's see here. Let's try that. Well, that didn't do any freaking good. See, this was going to be really smooth. and then, and then Bobby had to show me that picture. And I mean, yeah, they're good stuff. I dig it. It's beautiful. Beautiful build. Here we go. Maybe this will fix it. There we go. Hot damn. I had to get the sledgehammer. It's always something whenever I switch cameras. Fighting with it. So, so yeah, he's got a really cool build, and I just want to figure out how to get him louder. Bobby's dropping the customspeakerpods.com. So yeah, guys, if y'all are interested in making tweeters that look like Bobby's, head over to customspeakerpods.com. Use discount code CAE to save 10% off of anything you purchase from their site. And bear in mind that they do have speakers and amplifiers and things like that on their site. Hint, hint. I'm not supposed to link those two things together, but they do exist together. So that's a thing. Some of the stuff they have on their site, you cannot get a discount code for. But now, moving on. CustomSpeakerPods.com is an amazing source of really, really good looking door and A-pillar pod solutions. It's really easy to install them and get something that looks really amazing. Where are we at there? Okay, here we are. Now let's go back up here and see where we're going and where we've been. Okay, Joe Berserker, you guys are going. I missed a bunch of stuff. I'll catch up though. Look how thick that top apple is. Yeah, he's doing a 5-layer. He's got a 5-layer build. If I'm not mistaken, it's either 4 or 5 layers. It's pretty nasty. Yes, I'd recommend that dude's channel, Invert Subs. Yeah. Um, Maples Gamer, what's up, man? Just tuned in. Hope all is well. See, finally got the roof on the Tahoe today. Progress is going good so far. Slowly getting ready. Got you playing in the background and on the shop radio. Well, shit, shit, man. We're just gonna broadcast all over the work environment. Hopefully, there's not any small, delicate-minded people running around in your facility because I occasionally drop a bomb. Um, yeah, Bobby. We went through that already. You saw what happened. You broke me, man. You broke my brain, son. Probably get point two. Yeah, usually inverting subs, you can almost if you don't know an exact number, you can almost throw point two in there, and it's not going to be big gains, but there is so point two is relative to how much space the subwoofer itself takes up in the enclosure. But what it doesn't take into consideration is the cone shape that changes and the thickness of the baffle. So when you mount the sub in there, boom, okay, if you're, especially if you're mounting it on the back of the baffle, which is where that number comes in, by the way, it doesn't account for the baffle. So if you mount it on the bottom underneath, you take up 0.2. And if you flipped it over on an infinitely thin baffle, you would gain the 0.2 back, plus the depth of that cone, plus the thickness of the baffle. So since he's got a four layers thick baffle, that's a circle that's 13.8 inches wide and 2.5 inches thick or whatever. That's a pretty good chunk of space, and that's times 9. So if you think about that, the 0.2 times 9 would equal about 2 cubic feet, roughly. And then you add another chunk of baffle in each one of those, and you stack up enough of those, you could get another, now let's see, 3 inches and 10 of them. That's another cubic feet. So by doing all that, you would gain 3 cubic feet plus the dish in the bowl. You might gain a little more. That's going to get him a lot closer to the correct amount of airspace. You got to factor all that shit in. All of it adds up, man. But absolutely, if you don't know, just throw 0.2 at it, and then that's going to put you in the ballpark. Let's see here. Jason Ewing, what's up, man? Does it have a 45 on the top of the back wall? I don't think so. No, he actually, let me think. I can't remember, but that is a good point. That is a very good point, and it's something that could be added without tremendous amounts of effort. See, just got done hanging out, trading some demos with the neighbors. Always a good time, man. I love it. And I had the kids coming over here for a while. I eventually had to run them off, and then they ended up moving. Their family moved, but they would come over here all the time, wanting me to do hair tricks and stuff. There's videos with them in it. You guys can see them on my channel. That's just neighborhood kids that would come by and want to get bass demos. Freaking love that, dude. They'd knock on the door and want me to go outside and crank up the Tahoe so they can get, and they'd bring their friends, and then their other friends, and then all these friends. It was really cool. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. Let's see here. Let me get on down here a little further. No limits. Oh, what's up, corn nut? Yeah, I know. Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. Propane and propane accessories. Gummy time. Hell yeah. So what's up, No Limits? So I'm currently building a coffin style box for my 15-inch sub. Do you recognize, should I go ported or sealed? For a 15-inch sub, coffin style box. So it's going to be long. Well, it depends on what you're trying to do, man. I mean, it depends on what kind of build you're trying to do, honestly. If it's going to be an SQ build, do something fancy, like do something weird. Um, for a 15, be about 11 inches of depth. So you'll need about a foot, a little more than a foot deep from the baffle to the bottom. You could do, I'm thinking, oh, so you could do a series six or a parallel sixth order. You could do a parallel sixth order, but in a weird way. And this is an odd one, but is this going to work? Would that work? Yeah, it would work. No, that would be something else. I'm not sure how many orders that would be. Holy crap. I'm thinking weird. You could do it on an angle. Yeah, so do it on an angle. So you'd have the 15 mounted on an angle with a plexi top so you can see down in there and also get to the 15. And then have a front port and a back port. And have the back port coming out down there by the feet and the front port coming out by the head. And then just have those ports tuned to a like 24 to 40, 48, something like that, or 25 to 50. That's a pretty good tune for music. And then that would be a pretty damn big box. But if you're going to build a big ass coffin style box, you might as well make it cool. Do something besides just a box with a port. You know what I'm saying? You could do the whole top of the coffin could be done with plexi. That way, and you could put lights in there and it would light up and glow, and the sub would be in there where you could see it and everything. That would be pretty cool. But if you're just wanting music, if you're just wanting sound, I'd probably do a ported box with the sub mounted on up towards the head or the chest area of the box, and then the port all the way at the very bottom, down by the feet, and then as far away from the sub as you can get it. And you'll get nice muddy lows if you do that. But if you're wanting sound quality, then sealed all the way. Just oversize the box a little bit and make it sealed. Eddie Hernandez, what's up? What's up, ladies? The ladies is in the house. As much bass as possible. Yeah, then you're going to go with that parallel sixth or a ported. Would be a ported, a fourth order ported. I think it was called a fourth order, but a ported. And like I said, separate the woofer from the port as far as you possibly can. Like put the port on the end and then the woofer on the top, or whatever, but get them two as far apart as possible for maximum bass. Or use the sixth order design. Who makes good mids, highs, loud and crisp? Loud, deep mids, crisp highs. A lot of people. A whole lot of companies make speakers that fall into that category. If you don't have a specific budget in mind, there's a whole lot of possibilities. But if you're wanting to stay reasonable on the money, and you're wanting to get loud, well, Slapz has got you covered. So the 5 1/4, 6 1/2, eights, tens, even a 12-inch Neo. Is that a Neo? I can't remember if it's a Neo or not. That 12 is a monster, though. Um, that 12 is a beast. But anyway, rock solid. And Slapz also carries a 3 1/2 inch tweeter, a horn tweeter, and a 3 1/2 inch soft dome tweeter. Or not 3 1/2, but like a 1 inch soft dome tweeter. I like their horn tweeter. If you don't want to go with Slapz in the tweeter department, funny thing, I recommend DS18's horn tweeter. The cheap one, the 120B or 120. They're like $30 a set, and they take punishment great. They get loud as shit, and they sound really, really good, and they're inexpensive. It's a great option. Who else would I? And yeah, another option would be the machete, the Depbont's machete 6.5s. The Recoil Audio 6.5s, the Depbont's Arnold's. There are a multitude that I have messed with. Audio Dynamics has got a really, really strong Pro Audio 6.5. It's got a nasty tweeter in it, and they sound absolutely great. Those things have really good throw across the parking lot too. Look at their stuff. I don't remember what the price range is on them, but they're a really good driver. And they sound way better than you think they're going to sound. When you look at them, you go, that's a straight up Pro Audio speaker, until you play it. And then you go, wow, that actually sounds really good. And it does the Pro Audio thing too. It's like you get the best of both worlds. It's a good driver. Anyway, move on down. Cornnut said, I'm jumping. Can't stick around. He's got to go do stuff. Joe Berserker, yeah. Hey, what's up, man? Team 808 showed up. Hopefully you're picking up on what we're putting down in this. We're talking about your build tonight, and the problem that you ran into, and what you're experiencing, my friend, is not something that's just your experience. This is what we all go through. Every bass head on the planet goes through this on a continual basis. Bass is like a drug. There's never enough. You take one hit, and the next time you have to take two, and then three. You're always chasing that high. And it's the same thing. We got some recommendations, and some of the things we talked about was inverting your subs to allow you to have more airspace in the bottom chamber. We all feel like your bottom chamber is too small and could be bigger. You could gain from that. One other option would have been to remove a sub. Drop the center sub or one of the middle subs and rewire. By doing that, you would gain airspace in the bottom chamber and allow those subs to perform better. Just saying, there's some options here. Go back and watch the video, and you'll see what's going on. You'll see all the stuff we talked about. There's options. I absolutely love that build, though. No limits, man. What's up? He said, I need a basic form, new to building boxes. Okay. So yeah. And a size of a kid size coffin. Okay. Kind of a midget coffin. Then you're probably going to want to go to you can get away with a ported box. They're not hard to design for a single sub. Just look up Sub Box Pro. Specifically that. You're going to see a bunch of stuff that sounds like that, but it's specifically Sub Box Pro. And it's an online free calculator. It'll let you design the box right there, and it's going to get you really close. It'll be closer than you're going to get by guesstimating. Way closer than that. It's a good choice to get you the design that you're looking for. As far as it'll tell you how many cubic feet It'll actually give you a layout and everything, but don't bother messing with that. You just want the cubic foot calculation, the port length and port width and stuff. Then when you build it, like I said, get your sub way away from your port. Have your port firing toward the back of the vehicle, and then like the sub firing up. That works pretty good. And on the different ends of the box, and you'll get them. That's going to accent your lows. It's going to lower your tune a little bit, and it's going to give your lows a lot more power. And if that gets too complicated for you, just build an oversized sealed box, and you're still going to get good sound out of it. You just won't get that low extension or as much volume. I don't have any thoughts because I don't speak on it. I haven't studied up on it, so I can't speak on it. But I'm sure it's a good sub. I just don't have any information on it. Sorry, Kazan. Audio Caviar. How much is the new Slapz 15 subs? Well, there's 2. So let me go over here and pull them up. Like I said, I like to know what I'm talking about. Right now, the only ones that are available for the new versions are the SmackDowns. And in the 15s, the version 2s are $514. With my discount code, you can knock another $51 off of that, so it'd be $464 ballpark with my discount code CAE. But you can also pick up the SmackDown version 1s for $409. That's the 15s for $409 right now because they're on sale. And you can knock another $40 off of that, so you can get those for about $360. About $360 after my discount code, which would be a good buy right now. And that's a 3,000 watt RMS sub. That's getting down, man. That's a really, really good buy. But the Oblivions will be out probably at the end of next week. The new Oblivions, which are going to be a good buy. The current Oblivions are also on sale, or they will be on sale. They're not yet. They will be on sale. The 15s will be on sale. The version 1s for I think a little over $200. Of course, you're going to save 10% with my discount code, no matter what. So that'll get you something, right? So you're looking at between $200 and $450, but depending on what sub you pick up. So there's some good buys there, and these are all very impressive subs. Team 08, appreciate the feedback. After my impedance sweep, I'll look at inverting them. Thanks for the shout out. Hey man, no problem. I enjoy watching your content. I was checking out all of your demo videos, a lot of them. You got some really, really cool demo videos. I wish you had more. I wish you were throwing in more of your vehicle in the demos. I was hoping to see you're doing some demos, and so I wanted to see some of your demos in those. And I was looking at a bunch of really, really sick builds, really, really cool builds, but I was hoping to see yours pop up more often. So you should do more in yours. Remember that whenever you're going to get used to your system, and it's going to start not sounding as loud to you. But other people, when they get in, it's going to blow their freaking mind. And that's what keeps me going, because I can be used to hearing it. But whenever I look over and other people's eyes go, and everything, that's the sugar that I desire in my body. That keeps me going, man. Just watching other people enjoy it. So no problem. Calculators are great. I still remember doing the hard math. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's there, man. If you really want to jump in there, you know what I'm saying? It's always there. I'm lazy, man. I'm an old lazy guy, so I use a calculator to figure it out. Ported box behind the seat of a pickup Could fit 4/8s or 2/10s. Which would play louder and lower? No budget recommendations on subs. Thinking 4 or 2. So 4/8s or 2/10s. Well, you can force an 8 to play lower. You can get low with them. But if you've got the baffle room, I think you'll actually have more. I think you're actually going to have more cone area on 4/8s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll have more cone area on 4/8s. But so you're probably going to have the potential of getting louder with 4/8s. But the 10s will have a slightly lower FS. They're going to be able to, they're going to be happier playing lower frequencies. So it kind of depends on what you're doing. And also, you're doing, what was the size, the shape? A ported box behind the seat of a pickup. You got to consider the magnet, how deep the subs are going in. And how much airspace. Of course, that's more airspace is going to make the lows easier to play. If it was, and also the ohm loads and all that stuff. If it was me doing it, I would probably roll with 2/10s. I think you'll be happier with 2/10s. You're going to get better, smoother low extension with 2/10s. Yeah. But that's my opinion. So if you're asking for my opinion, that would be mine. That's what I would do. What's going on here? K's and Lynn's, if you had to recommend a 15, which one would you recommend? For what? It's like, yeah, man. If you had to recommend a crayon, which one would you recommend? I don't know. What are you trying to do with it? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same concept. You know, if I'm just going to recommend one, I would probably push for the Oblivion version 1. I mean, not the Oblivion version 1, but the SmackDown version 1. The reason I would do that is because for what you're getting a hell of a good deal. The SmackDown version 115 is a nasty ass subwoofer for, after my discount, for $350. And there ain't no sub out there at that price that's getting anywhere close to that sub. That's a stellar deal. It's just a good deal for what you get, for what you're paying. Now, if you're saying, I want the nastiest 15 I can get, don't care how much it costs. You're going in a whole different direction. But if you're saying, I want the nastiest 15 I can get, and I got like a $1,500 budget, okay, then that would be the GP Undertaker version 2. You know, it's expensive, but it's going to do a hell of a lot. So it's a whole lot of different criteria. It's not as simple as just recommending a single driver. But if you're wanting to, all things considered, if I'm watching all the sliders, right, keeping everything in check, right at this moment, the Slapz SmackDown version 1 15 checks all the boxes the best. All right. Hopefully that helped you. Joe said I may be out here. Oh man, the lightning and the red crayons for the Marines. Good times all around. Man, this is gonna be a great show. You guys, I need to take a short break. So I'm gonna leave you with some bass while I take a short break. I'll be right back. that's the Oblivion kicking it. I'm running 4 of the Slapz Oblivions right now in my Tahoe, the version 1s. I have been running them all year. I push those suckers up to like 160, 170 degrees Fahrenheit on a constant basis. I throw clip at them all the time. They just take abuse after abuse after abuse. Um, you know, so I absolutely endorse the whole Slapz line, and the Oblivions are awesome. That's another good buy. You're going to be able to pick up those version 1s for a little over $200 by probably about the end of next week. And that's a version 1 Oblivion 15. That's a great deal. Let's see here. Oh, I've got some people. All right, Jason says Semper Fi. Hell yeah, man. Hooah! I'm Army though, man. I'm not Marine, so I got to get my hooah in there. T. Corley, I need to figure out the best place to mount my amps. I have a half wall and an extended cab Chevy. Okay, I'm getting it in my head. They're between the box, between the front of the box, the back of the front seat. Okay, on the box. Any thoughts? Yeah, I got a spot for you. Let me look down here again. Okay, so you should have some space down below your half wall, between where the back of the cab floor is higher than the footwell, and there's like a slope that calls off. So basically, think of it as under where the seat would be back there. If it were there, under the seat, that area, that's a great place to put amps. And you can also use an amp board that slides under there, so you can mount all your amps on the board and have them just slide under. If you want to, if you got the board so wide that it can't come all the way out in one piece, you can do one on either side that pulls out, so you can mount amps on either side, slide them under, and that still leaves you room for batteries and stuff in the actual foot area of the floorboard back there. So I can throw that at you. Beyond that, you're looking at under the seat, not just under the front seats. I do not like that idea. There's really no other locations. I mean, without going to the bed of the truck and shit, the toolbox and all that stuff. Yeah, well, we started about an hour ago, but I started earlier than normal because I was feeling tired. If I didn't get started with the show, I was going to be really sleepy by the time the normal time rolled around. But it's all good, man. You can always catch up. We're discussing a couple of things, random questions as always, and of course we're talking about subwoofers, and we're talking about 808 Team 808's build, and how to get him louder. And you are probably going to want to get involved in that discussion. So, yeah, Corley said definitely not under the seats. Too big. So if you go back up here, this nice feller right here on his YouTube channel put out a request for help to figure out how to get louder with the equipment he's got. And we've been going over some different design perimeters, things that we think may actually help him improve different elements of his experience. And this whole show has been basically centered on. And I had it up once. Let me see if I can pull it up again. I'll show you the specs that we're working with. I can do that pretty easily without breaking anything. He says that. He says that. Let's see if we can get back over here. Okay. Yeah, let me go back. Let me go back again and see if I can land on this. land on the right spot. Oh yeah, I did. I got it. Okay, okay, okay. Holy crap, we made it back over here. We're going to put him up on the screen again, and I'm going to try to keep my audio working. Uh, okay, yeah, that always happens whenever I start doing dumb stuff. But you guys have the information up there. So we discussed flipping the subs and gaining like 2.5 cubes, maybe 2.5 to 3 cubes, depending on how you look at it. We discussed taking one sub out and putting a plug in there and gaining cubes that way, possibly both of those two things. So there's three different ways you could do that, and you could do them all in order. You could flip all the subs, try that. Then you could try pulling one sub and plugging it with the rest of them flipped, and that would be a third thing. Or leaving all the subs in and plugging and pulling, leave them all normal, bagging it down and replacing one sub with a plug. But the only catch to that is, of course, you pull a sub, you're going to have to rewire that stuff, and that would get you. You'd also have to add an amplifier. So there's a couple of things in ways of looking at that. Adding another amplifier would give you more power per sub. That might actually be a good thing. And then dropping one sub would give you more airspace in the box. It's like I said, there's so many different things that you can switch around and change up without doing any major equipment changes, you know. And that's kind of what I wanted to pitch out to everybody, because these my people my people are really, really good at, understanding and helping and pitching in and trying to offer good, solid advice. And I've got some really smart cats that show up for my shows. And that's why I wanted to place this problem out there in front of everybody. So at a 160, if you're still listening, are you getting a 160 ish? Is that your maximum score that you've seen, or is that just the loudest one that you've like? What's the loudest point you've ever got it to? You know, and maybe give us some ideas of what frequencies you're hitting those different SPL numbers at. Stuff like that will help tremendously with figuring out what could be something that would be a good thing to change. You know what I'm saying? I remember you saying that you hit a max or something, max on something at between 38 and 42 hertz, but I don't know if you're talking about max impedance or maximum score. So yeah, it is what it is. We all have confusing lives and ornery wives. I saw your wife flip you the bird. And I was like, man, she must be kin to my wife. My wife, yeah, she does me. She never has anything good to say. She's always going to cuss me out somewhere or another. But don't worry, she's always got my back when things are going sideways. So hopefully you guys got a kick out of this. If anybody's got any more questions to throw up at me, let's get started. I see one. Case and Lynn said, I have another question. What amp would I recommend to power the Slapz Smackdown 15? The 5K. The Shock 5K. 100%. And they even recommend that for the version 2, but I still recommend it for the version 1. That's a solid amp, and that's going to get you right in the ballpark of the mechanical limits and power limits of that sub. If you're wanting to be conservative, the Shock 3K. If you're worried that you might blow some shit up because you don't have a whole lot of time behind the throttle, go with the 3K. But if you're experienced enough to drive a race car to work without wrapping it around a telephone pole, the 5K is a better choice. It just depends on your level. So hopefully that answers that question. I mean, it's not a real simple answer. Like I said, if you don't know, then 3K always, the Shock 3K will be the choice, because it's not going to get you in trouble. And it's a solid amp. All that Shock line is crazy good amps, man. I really enjoy mine. Let's see what else we got here. T. Corley said, do I have any experience with the Big Jeff battery? The Big Jeff battery uses half of the cells that the Trunked Under Lithium 5K runs. So if I remember correctly, that Big Jeff battery is around $300. The Trunked Under Lithium 5K is around $500. So it's half the cells of the 5K at more than half the price. That said, it should be a solid battery. So basically, my 10K that I'm running now, and this is the original version 1 5K, by the way, we're talking about. The 10K that I'm running right now is twice as many cells as the original version 1 5K, same cells. And Big Jeff battery is half of that. It's capable, in my opinion, As long as the hardware, the bus bars and all that can keep up, it should be easily capable of 3,000 watts on a stock alternator without any issues. And if you got an upgraded alternator, you could probably push it up to five or 6,000 watts. And if you use my discount code, you'll save. I don't know how much though, because Big Jeff's site, my code goes anywhere from like 15% to 5%, depending on what you're buying. So you'll save. Again, it's just discount code CAE. Throw it in there and see what happens. But yeah, I have no issues with it. I don't have any experience with it, but I have experience with the same cells. So I can speak on the cells. And not under the big C. And yeah, it would actually be a pretty good choice for you because it's fairly thin. It's about the same size roughly as the AGM Northstar AGM 80s. Yeah, it's about the same size as the Northstar AGM 80, I do believe. I had to look back there at my Northstar AGM 80s to compare them in my head. It should be rock solid for you though. Anybody have any other questions? Go back up and see if I'm missing anything else. I do run over. I did get a little sketched out there. Port box behind the scene. 210s. Yeah, that'd be sexy, man. 210s would be my choice. All right. I do believe we have ran out of questions. Well, you guys have a rock solid evening, man. And for those of you that showed up on time, i.e. late, just go back and start at the beginning and catch up. We got all kinds of good stuff going on. For now, guys, let's get the duck out of here.
Subwoofers are getting loud, you can feel the booming sound. Getting ready to go, got it shined up for the show. Power's charging, amps are amping, gonna let the woofers blow. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one goes, and another one goes, and another one bites the dust. We got more at home, another one bites the dust. Fires are glowing and the amp is smoking.
We still love you, El Fuego.
Let me keep jamming, gotta keep the bassline going, go hard till they're dead. Full power, gotta let it go. 20 hertz and floating hair. Sparks are flying, voice cords are frying, and the smoke is in the air. Another one bites the dust.
Slam that like button.
Another one bites the dust. And another one goes, and another one goes, and another one bites the dust. Hey, we got more at home. Another one bites the dust. Got it. Got it.
That duck knows how to dance, y'all.
Yeah.
He's got foul moves.